This is Boomer Life on CL650.
But I'll wait, 'cause that's a waiting game. But I'll wait, 'cause that's a waiting.
Welcome back to Boomer Life on CL650. I'm George Gordon. Boomer Life's the celebration of the baby boomer lifestyle. And today, we're breaking down some of the myths about retirement living with Shannon Oaks. It's a Baptist housing seniors independent living community. And our theme today is don't leave it too long to enjoy independent living. It is so important that you have the opportunity to make the latter part of your years the most enjoyable. Let's talk a little bit about this. I hate to use the word rules, but there are things that you must do in this particular area, and they're called the 3 key areas of residence, and they're defined by the local health authority. So, Jillian, perhaps you can walk us through those.
You're talking about the different types of care you can get in terms of, the first one, I would say maybe the latter one, is residential care, and that's full-time hospital care in a hospital setting, 24/7 care. It's some scheduled, but also on demand whenever you may need it. So people with full-blown dementia, Alzheimer's would definitely be in a secure unit there. You would have people that needed a 2-person lift that would definitely be there. So it's heavy-duty care. What you don't want to do, and which I would find really difficult to do, is to move from your home right into residential care. That is really difficult because it's
It's culture shock.
Yeah, it's culture shock,
to
definitely.
The nth degree,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, and so that's your heaviest care there. Full-time nursing, right there. You know, you could be in a 2-bed. You might be in a probably 2-bed. You know, probably not a single. You know, all of those sort of things. And it's funded, or it's also private pay. So it could be government funded, or it could be private pay. Now there's the next one is assisted living. So that's, you get some care there. They have 6 prescribed services, and you can have 2 of the 6. So it could be all your meals prepared, could be help with medications, could be help with bathing, dressing. They group them into sort of things like that. And you come in there, you're assessed by your health authority for funded ones. You're assessed, and then you go and choose which ones you'd like to go to, and you get an interview, and you are accepted, and you move in. You have your own private apartment with your own locked door, so you're still in an apartment, your own locked door. Clarendon Court, which is adjacent to Shannon Oaks and is government funded. It's adjacent to us, connected. That is a funded AL. We also have private pay AL there too. But in those suites, you have full kitchens. It's what we do. Not every assisted living will have that, but you have an array of activities you do. You have all sorts of things like that. But once you need a 3rd prescribed services, then you're bumped into residential care. Residential care is also called complex care. So those are the I will call number 3 residential care, number 2 assisted living, number 1 would be what Shannon Oaks is, and that's independent living. So you live independently, you come and go as you want, you have your own apartment, you get all your meals, and in our case you do. Not every independent living community gives you all your meals. They may give you an allowance of $300 a month for your meals, and they have their own restaurant. They may give you 20 meals a month, which doesn't cover it. So there's a variety of ways you do it. At Shannon Oaks, we are what we call an all-inclusive retirement community. So you get all of your meals there. It's a continental breakfast, but it's got hot porridge, it's got fruit, it's got, muffins and toast and coffee and all that sort of stuff. And occasionally eggs, occasionally pancakes, that sort of thing.
I'm getting hungry. Can we take a lunch break?
Oh, it's wonderful. Our chef, Richard, is just amazing. He's a great big guy who comes out and to the dining room and asks the residents how they like the food. And he's good. He's just so approachable and so lovely.
Boy, this sure dispels some of the things that you might have seen portrayed or alluded to in the media about You know, it's a building. You go there, you go to your room, you sit. Here's your basic meals, and there's really
Oh.
some misconceptions out there about.
Oh, there is. In independent living, you get, yes, you get your meals, but you've got white linen dining room tables with linen napkins, flowers on the table, a menu you can select from of what you would like to have. You can have a glass of wine. You can, you can do it. It's there. It's gracious living. You have people waiting on you to take your orders and bring them to you. It's lovely. You have an array of activities. You can go on bus trips. You can go to movies. You can go to plays. We take you out to lunch in our bus to maybe Steveston, picnic in Whistler, all sorts of things. Those are what we offer. If we go to lunch, say in Steveston, for example, you pay for the lunch, but we take you there. The bus trip's complimentary, all of that. So it's there to
Well, that
for
would
you
be
to
something
enjoy.
that a lot of people, even though that they are independent, simple as getting a step down from the bus and
Oh,
somebody to guide you,
exactly.
somebody to
Yeah,
make sure you
yeah,
get off and get on
yeah.
okay. But you've just touched upon what I think I've heard from other people so many times. Boy, mom and dad don't have to worry. They're getting nutritional meals now. We don't have to worry about them being in the house and not eating because there's nothing
Yeah,
there, and
yeah.
and the company, the feeling of not being alone.
Yes, yeah, that's so key. Here you are not alone. I mean, and you've got people you're meeting. You having at dinner, you're sitting with different people, lunch and dinner, and so that you get to meet them, you get to know them. Best friendships are made, relationships are made that are, a new stage of life. It's like I think I've said before. It's like when you go off to university, you're making new friends and making new pathways in your life. In independent living, retirement communities, you're making new relationships, new pathways in your life. Your life is not over. You're beginning a new chapter. That's
Wow.
all it is. Yeah.
Now you can get more information on this, by the way, at baptisthousing.org.
I would rather do Shannon Oaks.
Shannon Oaks,
Shannon
okay.
Oaks. That's more
Shannon
direct.
Oaks. Note
ShannonOaks.org. Yeah.
Shannon, as in
No, sorry. ShannonOaks.com. Sorry.
ShannonOaks.com.
Yeah. .com. Yes.
I'm writing that down.
And you can also phone Shannon Oaks, which is 604 324 6257. 324 6257. Ask for Jillian or Kirsten, and we will help you.
Good opportunity then if people are hearing this program, they'd like to make an appointment to come down
Yes.
and have a look,
Yep.
talk to you.
We're having in a couple of days, we're having a downsizing seminar. Phone in.
Oh, mercy.
Phone in, and you can come to the downsizing. We'll tell you all the tricks of the trade. We've got 3 companies we use for this service. They come in and give a whole seminar on it. You get lunch, and you can see Shannon Oaks. It's an opportunity.
That has got to be one of the biggest
Hurdles.
hurdles that
Yeah.
families have to go through.
Oh, yeah.
It's what to take with them, as you've talked about, and it won't be everything that they've got in the house. And in a lot of cases, those houses have accumulated a lot of stuff. So how do you prioritize, and then how do you get rid of the stuff? And
The downsizing experts will tell you.
Yeah.
They have all the secrets of the trade. They know the ins and outs. They're amazing. They're an invaluable tool to have. Your stuff is like an albatross around your neck, dragging you down. I can't move. How many homes I've walked into, George, and look around and say, what am I going to do? And I go, oh my gosh. I'm just astounded of all the stuff. And some beautiful stuff. Somebody's an artist and they got paintings and stuff all over the place. Well, you know what I did? I put it in the budget for next year that certain area, we're going to have an art studio.
how cool is that?
Yeah. So, I mean, we're looking to make it so that, men and women who have hobbies, they want to do it. Let's have an art studio.
And they can point to that.
Yeah.
This was part of my life, and
Yeah.
it is today because
Yeah.
you can have a look at
Yeah.
it too. That is amazing. A little point before we get too much further, and you talked about how people are free to come and go
Yes.
at Shannon Oaks.
Yes.
Does that mean that they can bring their car with them if
They
they're still
bring their
driving?
cars. They bring their cars. They bring whatever. Bring their pet. They can bring their pet. Has to be a small pet. Can't be a Great
Sure.
Dane. That would be a little hard romping through the halls. But they do bring their cats and their dogs, and
And they have parking and
there's parking. Yeah, parking
Wow.
costs only $25 a month. We only have certain extras, limited extras, because all your meals are included. We provide you with all your sheets and towels. We do weekly housekeeping. You have 24-hour emergency response. Anytime you need, you press your button around your neck, and we know who you are, wherever you are in the building or around in the perimeter. So that is there. We have all of our activities that are there. You get your coffee breaks, and we get entertainment. You get tea breaks. You get all sorts of things. Oh, I was going to say something and it's gone. But anyway, it'll come back. There are lots of things offered. Oh yes, the extras. So in your rent, you have your basic rent. The only extras is if you have a car, and that's $25 a month. Not a day, like I paid a day downtown Vancouver, 25. This is a month. That's 25. And your telephone. Because your telephone is tied to your emergency response, you have to have a landline. That landline costs $29 a month, and that's it.
That's excellent.
Extras.
So if you have to make a long distance call out to the valley or to the interior, it's covered.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Your telephone, you pay $29, and that's basically what it is. Yeah.
So much more to talk about at living at Shannon Oaks and independent living there. Jillian, I am just floored that your phone isn't ringing off the hook, and
well,
hopefully
I'm going to say it is sometimes.
Jillian Fullerton is part of the team with Baptist Housing, specifically part of the team, the family at Shannon Oaks. Now, if you'd like more information, because we just touched on this, but it's important because you'll want to make that call or check in at ShannonOaks.com. The phone number, 604-324-6257. All right. If you want more information, we've given you that website. You can also go to SeaIsle650.com, and you can check out our podcasts on this, and we'll have more information there. So many ways you can make the connection. And when we come back, some more of the reasons, the benefits of retirement living, like meeting new friends and not having to worry about certain other things. This is Boomer Life on CIL 650.
Celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CIL 650.